your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night. We've been seeing a little bit of a dreary day throughout our Wednesday, but good news is most of that moisture is behind us, at least for the next day or so. Enjoy it while you can, and those clouds are continuing to develop throughout our night. But like I said, staying dry, and we are still above average right now with places still into the 40s, such as Paris, Mattoon, and Effingham. 36 degrees in Champaign, 34 in Watseka, and right around the freezing range over in Springfield, with a very seasonable day in store for your Thursday, but lots of active weather as we round out the work week. Just how much precipitation are we talking about? I'll show it to you as WCIA 3 News starts right now.
On WCIA 3 News.
One village wants better representation when it comes to its government. How drawing districts could help. Plus, people are leaving the state in big numbers. Which central Illinois counties are seeing the largest exodus? And a man accused of breaking into a home and sexually assaulting a 5-year-old was in court today. We'll tell you what happened.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
I'm Jessica Coons. The village of Rantoul is on its way to having more diverse leadership. This is a follow-up to a story we brought you in 2018. We told you back then a referendum passed that would get rid of Rantoul's current system of appointing a village trustee. Now they've got maps that show how new leadership will ensure all of Rantoul is represented. WCIA 3's Emily Braun is with us. So Emily, what was the problem with that old system?
Jessica, village trustees have always been appointed by an at-large basis, but when the village board took a look at a map and took note of where the current village board members live, it only represented not even half of Rantoul. That's exactly why some concerned citizens rallied to make a change. Now the village will be divided into 6 different districts, so each district will have one trustee on the board in the future. There are 2 different versions of the map that people can look over right now. They vary slightly based on factors like splitting up versus keeping together historic neighborhoods and school zoning. But no matter which one gets approved, the village administrator believes this will solve the issue of unequal representation.
That was one of the hopes that they had in seeing the maps drawn, is that every aspect of the community would be represented through these districts, and I think we've accomplished that.
There will be an open house on the 30th of this month so people can see the 2 different maps and put in their comments about which one they think should be used. Then final approval will come sometime in May. And then once we hit spring of 2021 and voters head to the polls, they will only be voting for the representative that is serving their district. Jessica?
All right, interesting. Emily, thanks so much. New numbers show Macon County has lost the 4th highest amount of people in the state. That study from Wire Points was based on census data. More than 6,000 people left Macon County between 2010 and 2018. Only Cook, St. Clair, and Winnebago counties had higher losses. We talked with people in Macon County today about why they think this is happening. A lot of them mentioned taxes almost immediately.
I think there needs to be a compromise somewhere. You know, where are our tax dollars going? Show me something. You know, the lottery was supposed to be about the schools. Where's the money?
Some people we talked with have also noticed improvements over the years. They mentioned upgrades to downtown Decatur and other efforts to bring jobs to that area. Only 9 of 102 counties gained people between 2010 and 2018. Those include Champaign, McLean, and Effingham counties. Officials in Coles County are coming together to help hundreds of employees in Mattoon who just found out they're losing their jobs. About 750 people work at LSC Communications. They print magazines for major publications. Yesterday, the plant announced it'll be closing by July. Lakeland College is working with city officials to help those people affected. The president of that college says they are more than ready to help.
Lakeland has a lot of resources available to those who are impacted by the LSC closure. We work very closely with our local Workforce Investment Opportunity Act area, as well as many resources on campus, from short-term degree programs that they can take to retool themselves all the way up to full degree programs.
One staffing agency in Mattoon says it has dozens of jobs in its system. They suggest employees start the new job search early. A Decatur family has to find a new place to stay after their house caught fire last night. This happened on Green Street and University Avenue. No one was inside when it happened, and fire crews are still looking for a cause. This is the 9th fire the Decatur Fire Department has handled so far this year. A former Southern Illinois priest was sentenced to 9 years in prison for distributing child porn and making meth. Gerald Heckenberger was a pastor at Holy Childhood Catholic Church in Mascoutah. He was arrested at the church 2 years ago and stripped of his priestly duties within days of that arrest. New for you tonight, a man accused of sexually assaulting a 5-year-old in Decatur pleaded not guilty. Police say Jarquez Hobbs broke into a home and assaulted the child in August. They collected DNA evidence and a fingerprint at the scene. He was arrested last month. The Danville Police Department is fully staffed for the first time in more than a decade. Mayor Ricky Williams swore in the city's newest probationary officer, Dustin Campbell, today. They now have 62 officers. Williams says the department will now be able to implement its special units and be proactive rather than just running from call to call.
Being at full force will allow us to spend time with people in the community, getting to know our citizens and building relationships in ways that they haven't been able to in many years.
The idea of helping people and protecting the city and doing everything in my power to make this world a better place is the main reason I became an officer.
Campbell still has to go through more training before becoming a full-fledged officer. One Central Illinois sheriff is making good on a campaign promise. Sangamon County's Jack Campbell is turning meetings between sheriffs into opportunities to meet people in the community. Today, law enforcement listened to concerns in Chatham.
Whether it's recreational cannabis or burglaries in their area, it gives us a chance to kind of touch base with them, because there's people that live out in the outskirts of Chatham that consider themselves residents, but truly they're actually living in unincorporated Sangamon County. So they're really people we serve anyway, so it gives us a chance to be here to answer the questions for them.
The next meeting will be in Pleasant Plains in May. New tonight, the Champaign Police Department has an opportunity for people to honor an officer who died. Christy Miller battled cancer. She was with the department for more than 23 years. There's a guest book in the police department lobby for anyone to sign. It'll be there until Friday morning and then given to her family. Miller's celebration of life is on Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. at Rosenbaum Funeral Home in Gibson City. Tensions are easing up between the U.S. and China, with some signs of a truce on the horizon. Plus, the Senate impeachment trial is in the works. What was handed over today that's getting it started?
And it's weather quiz question time. Today's question of the day is, what's the coldest temperature on record for the U.S.? A, -48 degrees in North Dakota. B, -70 degrees in Montana. C, -68 degrees in Minnesota. Or D, -80 degrees in Alaska. We'll see if Jessica can answer this question right after this.